Hello there. It has been a time since I have done a stream of game development. Yes, indeed. We are going to try to get back on track, but before we start our stream, let me show you the game that we are developing right now, which is Droian. And talking about Droian, you can get on the wish list on Steam, because of course we have it already on stream. So you can wishlist this game right now. Of course, the release it's soon TM, and when we say soon TM, it's gonna take a while because we are going to release it when it's done. And without further ado, let me just take this out of the screen. And for those of you that are not into the UGS fandom or whatnot, we are developing a 2D platformer Metroidvania wannabe game.
Meet Earth's #1 good bot, introducing the I.A.N units, with cutting-edge nanoflex technology, full 360-degree head movement, made of astrolayer Droian.
Wishlist now on Steam.
In pixel art, we are a small droid called I.A.N, and we are just, going around and search, stuff, and sometimes running away from enemies and whatnot. Jeez, the audio is extremely loud. I'm sorry. Let me just adjust my headphones. There you go. Let me just check on in here, and yeah, it's probably on my side, computer-wise, Now there is a problem with this version. It doesn't save the, it's still full screen. And I don't have the updated version of the windowed mode, and yeah, I'm using a version that's not yet updated with the Roxy stuff for the UI. Can merge now? No, not live. We'll do that later, don't worry. Yes, the build can be stable, but to be sure, we are talking about merging stuff. I'm not gonna do this live on stream because, yeah, that can emerge problems and whatnot. I have updated the source tree though before the stream, but it wasn't on the main thing, So yeah, and also my stuff is gonna be done on the Kaado's branch, So yeah, there you go. I just wanted to show a little bit of gameplay, just so we are up to scratch, So yeah, we have I.A.N, we have our prototype enemy, we have the old enemy that follows the player and whatnot. I have noticed something that that needs to be fixed. Let me just do that. So yeah, as you can see, just pixel art, platformer, you are the little robot, there's enemies and stuff. And yeah, there's that. Now, let's go immediately fix something. So we have projectile whatever and mines. So I want to fix the mines and the projectile. Now, in 2D mode, there's a mine, and there's the projectile. I want the animation to be on Z index. What's the proper Z index for this? Let me make... Wait. The proper thing will be to go to the tile set itself and make it lower though. But no. Let me just do this. That's fine. That might fix... This is not gonna fix the proper thing because there's stuff around the mine itself, you know. But yeah, at least we will be able to see it. It's a bug to be fixed later, you know. I just want to be able to see my bullets. There you go. Now the bullets are visible. The mine though, there's this problem. Because we need to make these tiles background and these tiles in the front. But yeah. There's that. So we are seeing the projectiles are, you know, resources to kill enemies. So yeah, there's that. Now what do I want to do today? So we have this guy. This little guy, you know? This guy has some programming stuff, but you know, there's this as well. And Limbo AI, it's a plugin for Godot. That's basically a structured way to program our enemies that we are using. And I want to make it able to follow the player. Yes, now I have forgot how one opens the thing. So let me just remember. There you go, it was easy. And so there's a sequence and check triggers and whatnot. And yeah, so today I'm gonna attempt to make this guy, you know, this little dude, to follow something. Yes. So there's the animation. So we have the sequence. There's animation thing. Can I see the player? That's a script. Let's open the script. So area 2D, setup. That's fine. Blah blah blah. And okay, that I was having a good day, I see, when I programmed this thing. So yeah, something. And let's go back to here. Check trigger is player detected and run. So because this condition task can't have child tasks. Great. We start having the first problem. So let's just get a task to be done and attempt to do it. Now this is annoying, having it always full screen. Project settings, where is the window thing? This is fine, window add. Oh, it's programmed base. The full screen is programmed base. I'm not gonna mess around with that. Let's just leave Roxy things for Roxy to do. Now, one thing that I need to do, I was almost forgetting, our background music, you know? We need some background music. Of course. And let me just do something in here. And mute Droian. There you go. I keep telling you, you can merge to... No, 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 I can't merge on stream, you know. Let's try and avoid problems. I'm gonna get used to quit. Don't worry. So it's muted. The game is muted, and yeah, we can start doing things. So, our objective. We have an enemy, you know. This is... Come on. We have this enemy. This enemy is right now set up with the colliders. So it has its own collider in here. Behind the thing, you know. This is the collision shape. That's the enemy itself. And there's the detection area. This in here. And this area, of course, is set up to do stuff in here. In this code, you know. And in this code, it's basically checking if there's, you know, player entered this thing, and there's the print, this. And so we need to check if this works, you know. Let's see. On body entered. Background is player detected. Print. There's a print in here already, don't worry. So, yeah. Let's see. Now in here it must appear something when I approach the character. So let's see. So I have definitely entered the area, and there's this, and there's true. So this is trigger. The setup, it's always gonna trigger this, because it's gonna check if the agent which is our character, the enemy, has an area 2D, and we can confirm it has an area 2D. So it will trigger the thing, and it will connect this function to the enter and exit, and when the player enters the thing, it will do, you know, the more stuff, which is the true or false, which is the player entered and the exited. We can test that as well. It is important to see if everything is working properly. So come on. We have entered, and now we are going to go exit. And there's the setup, which is working, the true, which means we have entered, and the false, which means we have exited. Great, this is working perfectly. So this is, well, I don't need to delete that. So let's have the debug prints there. They might be useful. Now, our code is detecting and whatnot, but there's a thing. Our animation doesn't change. And the animation doesn't change. So we need to set up the Limbo AI to read the thing, you know, the BT check triggers and whatnot, to, you know, we need to discover how to add something in this sequence to apply the correct animation. So we have the can IC player, which is the code in here, which by the way will apply the blackboard set variable is player detected and whatnot. And in the blackboard, which is something in the Limbo AI that has variables, you know, this thing is on the blackboard, there you go. I have opened the blackboard, which is as variables with speed and this player detected. And if the player that is detected, you know, I see you, which is awesome. There's no hints. It is a boolean. There you go. Now, in here, I need to get something that goes to this variable that triggers the animation. So yeah. Also, what Roxy things? The UI stuff, don't worry. Roxy things is UI stuff. Nothing to worry about. So, let me just try and put this in a good place. I'm on my second monitor, I'm organizing it to be able to do search and development, you know. It's important to... Oh, well, by the way. Maybe it's better to do this in here. You know? On screen. Limbo AI. Let's check if there's some documentation in here. There you go, documentation. That's always the good place to start. And already done that. No instruction for behavior trees. Play animation, wait. Conditions, that's what I wanted. Now, let's say a condition. BT check var. Is this the thing that we know? We have the check trigger. So let me see this. BT condition, BT task, BT. Check type, a BT variable, property description, check type, whatever. I was hoping to see some example code for this, but I guess not. BT check var. So let's me. So there's BT check var. Probably I need to implement code for this. BT conditions. Is there a... No, it is not. I didn't want to open this. Condition. Check. Check var. One of these. There you go. Now, there's still no examples in here. Okay, now we have the check var. Let's attempt to get this. Now this in here, what do you say? Variables should be assigned, value should be assigned. Okay, Now the variable will go to is player detected. Check type equals and value. Boolean blackboard value no on. Now this should return a successful or a fail. Now sequence. I need to go to the script and check sequence. As long as they return success. If a child task returns in success. Okay. Now I need another sequence. In this sequence, I will have this. And if the player is visible, then this. Come on. I want to rename this. Play animation. I want to run. This needs to be inside sequence. There you go. Now, this will have the name of, if player detected. There you go. And there's all of this. It plays the idle, and it's constantly doing this. And if the player leaves, it goes to idle. Let's see. So it's not working properly. Let me see on this. Because this will be set up to true or false. It's always gonna make him idle. And then it's going to set up the thing. Maybe I will make the setup can I see player first. And then it sets up the animation. If the player is detected, then it makes the Noctuing run. Otherwise, it will just stay on idle. Maybe this is the answer? Let's see. No. Now I have questions. So, first off, we'll set up the collisions and whatnot, then it will play the idle. Then it goes there. Maybe I need another. Like this. Come on, open the thing. Not detected. And this will be... There you go. False or true. And this will go to idle. There you go. So if it's not detected, goes to idle. If it is detected, goes to run. Maybe. Let's see. Do you idle or do you not? No. You do not. Maybe it is this thing. Console print. I want to console print. And what do I want to print on console? Text. Console print. So I want to get the thing. There's the blackboard variable in here. That's what I want. Can I do something like that? Let me see. This is the text itself. Let me just see if I can get something else, because I don't want to make a script for that. I really don't. Function. Let me check something. Character player. And I want this blackboard dot get get var and is the layer. It's basically this. More safer to, you know, copy paste. And now this inside the print. There you go. Permanently, you know, printing. Now I need to wait this thing, and let's see. I'm confused. Let me just restart. I think that process delta doesn't work. Maybe it just does one time the entire thing, yeah, and it doesn't loop. So this is trigger. This triggers, that's fine. But this doesn't. Maybe BT action doesn't have a process delta. That doesn't make sense because it's an object. What do I mean by that? See? The inheritance and an object must have the thing. You know? Where is it? Yeah. Yep, that does check. That does check. Just a single. Not a problem. There you go. Let's see. What will you do? Doesn't move. I think something in here isn't properly working. Can I comment this? Or disable? Maybe we don't have that option in here. There's also a thing in there with a X in it. Well, let's just take off the checks and see. It's also not triggering this, not even one or the other. I wonder why. I might know the answer. So sequence only continues if, return success. So, because we are running this code and this code doesn't return success, it's not status. This can go. This can go. So, if player detected, check, run. Let's see. So, it's idling. But it doesn't run. Because it's always doing the thing. So let's do this and take off the repeat thing. So not detected gets to play the idle, detected gets to play the run, and it's after the code. So let's see if the returning success succeeds the thing. It does not. So, this thing, the can I see player, this thing in here, this script, returning success, does not work. Okay, I need a selector first. Now, in the selector, I will put the things. But why doesn't this return success, you know? BT action. Do I have an example in here? So it's on tick that I must do the thing. I kinda don't like it though, but well, I guess I need to do that then. Function tick. There's no need for all of that. And return success. Is that it? No, it's not. Hmm. bt.status. Hmm. Status dot success. Is that it? Will you now let me do the thing? It's still stuck. It's something to do with this though. Like always making it idle or not. So let's just do a simple thing, because if I run the animation first, it should always show it, you know? So let's just do that. So, you know, it's working. But if I run the code first to activate colliders and whatnot, the Noctiwing idle doesn't work. See? It doesn't play the animation. Because this isn't returning success. And because this doesn't return success, it doesn't let the sequence play the next action. Now, I need to make this, decoding this, whatever I need to do, to make it able to, status. Is it? Is it this? Let's see. It moves. Excellent. Great. So because we have added this thing in here, now that we are running this, it should, do the success thing. Now, we can just go back to the where we were, and now test this. And see. So, we have the idle, and we have the run. And we have the idle. So, it's working. We have the idle and we have the run. Now we can perform fun stuff. Yes, we can perform fun stuff. Let me see if there's things I can do in here. Can I make these like one action or something like that? I can't make this. That I know. But what if I make them in order? No, because if this returns false, it will do the next thing. Right? I believe that's how it works. If this returns false, it will go to the next. And this returns true. Yeah, I need to have the way it was before. Because the selector only does one or the other. And if it enters in here and does return, it flags not successful, failure. If it returns, this returns failure, then it will do the next. And this returns success and then keeps going. And does this. Yeah. Because this only does one or the other. And if there's successfuls after this, doesn't matter because it does the first one. And only the first one. If I have, understand right. So selector executes its child tasks from the first to last until any child returns success. There you go. Until one of them returns success, or all of them result in failure. Yep. So this does everything as long as they return success, and this executes will go one for one until one of them does success. And if one of them returns success, then it's that one, which is great. That's awesome because I can do fun stuff now. If this returns something, I will need to create a new code. I will need to create a new BT action. Where's this though? There you go, tasks in here. Now I want to, let's duplicate it, call it can I see player, follow player. So there's that, and there's this. Now I don't need this, all of that. I just need to get the tick, delta, and whatever. And now I need to, let me just check this in here, agent, get node. So agent, I need to go to agent and make it, follow the player. Now we have an old enemy with code. So let's just open it. And this old enemy has stuff, has code in it, And this code, there's stuff as well. Now, the part of this that I want is very specific. Oh, there's paths and things and whatnot. Let me check. So we need velocity X, velocity Y, and the move on slide for now. So let's go back to can I set well, it didn't complain, so let's just do that. Now we just need to get this, and let me think about that, because I need a direction. And to normalize that value. Let me think. So, Godot. The start, end. Start, direction to, end. That's the thing I wanted. So, agent dot direction. I need to get first the position. Dot direction. And now I get the player. Can I just do this? Player dot whatever? Or do I need to get something specific? Great question. I need to get the player somehow. I know there's a way to do it. I just don't remember if there's something specific. Well, what I'm trying to say is there's ways to get the player easily without get know the player or searching for the player, whatever. There's ways to get it. I don't know if it's easily done though. I mean, in the game manager, it's finding the player easily. Where do I assign this variable though? Because there's a player in here. Set player, player. Okay. I will just do this because it seems easier. I don't want this, I want the follow. There you go. This can close. So player dot position. And this will be dot x. On a class that isn't a node. Oh, so I can't get the player like this. I know there's stuff in here. Let's just do something. I want to make it on X and -1. I want to see it moving. It's not gonna move in the direction of the player yet, but I want to see it move. And so, if I hit play now, with this in here, why do I have a move left in there? Where did you come from? Move left. Well, I guess I already have something in here. Great. I already have the stuff in here. Fantastic. Yay. So I was doing something useless because past Kaado already had made the work for me. Great. So let's see if you move. I mean, it applies the thing, but it doesn't move. Blackboard get variable speed. Why is blackboard not blackboarding? Speed, float. Can I get default value for this or no? Or I can't just do that? Because I would like to apply a value to the blackboard. You know? Set variable. Okay, I can do this in here. Now, speed, value, why not? I want a float and I want a -1. You make a dev diary like I have, it helps with past offers. Yes and no. What do I mean about that? If I made a dev diary, I wouldn't read it. So the right thing to do were to just comment stuff on my code. That's the best way to do it. And yeah, a dev diary would help a lot. But I'm pretty sure, knowing myself, I wouldn't bother going there. So this is not working. Or the value is too low. Or where's the move on slide thing? Or it was missing that. That is a dev diary of sorts. Kinda. Well, the good practice is to always comment your code, which is the best way, because if someone else is reading your code trying to understand what you have done, then yeah, that's the point. You know, if I have just opened a script and see whatever it is in that script, you know. But guess what? This is working. Yes, indeed, this is working. Which is excellent. And I can even increase the speed. Let me just put like 5 to see it actually move faster, you know? It's still slow, but you can see it moving. When our enemy gets to my mouse cursor, I'm going to get out of range. And now, you see, it's idling and it's in place. Which is excellent. Of course, it doesn't have the code to die yet. That's going to be developed later, but right now, you know, it's doing what we want, which is moving left. Now this in here and this in here will disappear. Yes. Or no. Maybe not. I will do something with this, the saved value. I will make it like 20. This, however, it's going to go away, because I'm going to attempt to make it follow the player. Because we now have confirmed this is working, so yeah. Let me just add a comment in here. Test movement. And great success. There you go. Close. Now in here, I need a way to get the player. I just need it. Of course, if I activate this, it should work as well. You know, if I go to this place and make the thing in there, the follow player, it should move to whatever the number I've set up in there. You know, come on. Great. It's not using the speed though. I may do that later. What I need to do is to get the direction, this thing, which is a vector direction underscore 2. So I must... And... okay. This is the problem, the underscore whatever. And player is not declared. So, how do I get the player in here? Because I have the position, direction 2, and this will return a value. If I... is it position? Agent. The agent, you know, it's the node, and the node has all that stuff, which is what we want. Okay. I know in base, this base has some scripts, and in these scripts I will be able to call the player. I just don't know how though. Class name game. Is it game? Is the game that is a singleton? Yes. Can I do this? No. What can I get from game? Tell me. Get singleton. Oh, maybe this. Sell enter collectibles. Player. And now, position. Ha ha ha. But this is returning a vector. Why? Why? And I will go here, get the speed. So with this we get the direction between our agent and the player. On the X and Y positions we apply the velocity, which is our variable speed, and then we make it move. Now it's follow player, it's not the correct thing I want to name it. I want to name it something different. Follow target. Follow target, and follow target. Great. Now set speed to 20, follow target, which basically gonna check the direction between our agent and our player on the X and Y position, and multiply that direction by the variable speed, which is at the moment 20, and let's try it. Ladies and gentlemen, I think we got it. That's working nice. Now, there's something that you may have noticed. When we are on the right of the enemy, he doesn't turn towards us. You know, this is fine, but if I go to the back, he's not looking at us. So let's try and attempt to do that. Now this can be closed, Noctiwing. Now we have our enemy. How does one mirror this? I want to flip. It's in here. Scale -1, no. It's on X. I can do that, but is there something I can use. I don't have that neat thing like I have on sprites. I think it needs to be the scale. And yes, before people start talking, I know I can go on sprite, and there's a thing called flip vertical, or in this case is horizontal and whatnot. But that's the problem. I don't want to flip our character on just the sprite. I want everything, including colliders, to rotate. So that's the thing. I will need to go to transform, scale, and on the x-axis do a -1. Now, is this going to affect our speed and position and whatnot? I don't know. Let's find out, I guess. So in here, follow target. In this follow target we have this, and we have the X. So on the X, if the X is above 0.1, it's positive. Then transform x equals to -1. Transform scale. What do you want? Let's test it. Why not? Let's see. Oh, I haven't done the go back to thing, but we can test if this works. Yeah, it exploded. So, you have the velocity, but we don't have the scale. Invalid access to property or key scale. Transform to D. Can I access it directly on agent.scale? Let's see. Why you doing what you doing? Why you need to be like that? Come on. If you are in this direction, you are fine. If you are in that direction, you are not fine. Maybe it's this. Maybe it's this thing that needs to be checked on if. The actual direction. Maybe that's the problem. Why you be like that? Why do you need to be like this? Maybe I need to... No. So let's try and do this. So we have our enemy, transform, is in this location, and the player is in this location, so the X is lower. Okay, the X is lower, so if this is lower than this X, right, maybe these fix things? Let's see. It still doesn't fix the thing. Why you apply the if and the else at the same time though? Is this changing somewhat? What if I do this? Flip it, get velocity, move. Something like that. I know it's not gonna fix the problem, but it may help. Let's just say that. He flips a lot, though. Why you do that? There may be some set player. Okay. I know what I'm going to do. So var player. Now func setup player equals to this. And now I will always get the player regarding if it is or not. And this can be deletus, deletus, and it should be fine. Right? Let's see. Why you do that? Why you be like that? Hmm. Let's see. Okay. I have committed a mistake. Let me just do the proper thing. To string. I think that's the way of doing it. Let's see. Fine, I'm wasting too much time in this, so... You get 2 prints. No, you get 4 prints. This is enemy. Player. Hmm. If I do this on scale, does this mean the things get wacky? And what do I mean by that is, if making the scalar negative also affects the direction the enemy moves or what? And this direction is affected as well? Maybe this isn't the best way to rotate our enemy. But that's the best way though. Hmm. What if it doesn't go back? In this direction you are fine. But in here though, you constantly flip around and whatnot. So I believe we cannot do the scale X trick to, you know, do this. Which is a shame though. Is it though? Node to the... Let's... do this. Yeah. Now, in here... What if I go to this node 2D and sure. Just make sure, let's see if the find child returns the actual child. It doesn't really... I can use the get node, I can use whatever. Let's see if this works, because that makes more sense in my head. Find child, get this, do that. Let's see if it breaks something or not. Of course it breaks. Because now I can see player, you know, there's get node, area 2D, and the area 2D is now inside another place. Can I do that percent thing? And just do the percent thing in here? Let me see if Godot has something like find node in children. Okay, find child may work. The question is if that can get the other thing, you know? Will you find it, though? I still don't know if the find child... Yeah, it doesn't work. It needs to be get node. Sorry, but it needs to be like this, so it's going to be like this. For now, until I get a better way to do this. It still doesn't work. What have I done wrong in here? So this is working. I'm gonna place that there. Well, this... I'm gonna leave it as it was before, without the node thing. So everything is working except this bullshit. So this just follows the player. That's fine. It's the follow target. And the target is the player, because, yeah. But I don't want it to be the player, though. We need to get the correct target, though. Okay, let's create another target. This will be a vector 2 for the position. So target, there you go. Now in here, the can I see player. If I see the player, this will set to true or false. And if this is true, if this is true, then target, I need to do similar, but set. And this target I'm going to go to game dot get singleton dot player dot position. Now we have our target. Can I see player? Yes, target is player. Yeah, that's fine the way it is. Now, follow target. I don't need this anymore, nor this. Agent position direction 2, and instead of player position I will get the blackboard dot get variable target. Yeah. So follow target is now following target. And the target is the player, because in this sets up the player as a target. Now I need to rotate the thing before I get, you know. Well, I need to see if there's a target or not. And if there is, I need to rotate the entire thing, the entire enemy, to look at where we want to go. So I will make another thing like this. Follow target. Look at target. And in the look at target, I will go to if dot x is different than 0, what's wrong with this? Okay, it needs code. Agent dot scale dot x I need to check the it's in here where I'm going to do the check to rotate and whatnot. So yeah, let's go to the follow. I didn't want to do that though. I want the if else whatever I have in here. And now this, how does one go forward? Redo, Control Shift Z. Come on. I will need to do that bullshit again. So I think that's it. Let's go back to look at. Now the look at, I need to check if agent dot position is lower than target. So blackboard dot get variable and target dot x. Is this gonna do it or not? I still think it's gonna still be buggy because we just moved the whatever it is from here to there. Well, let's see. So first set up the collisions, then it look at target. Let me just check something. Can I make this make route and then sequence and then do the thing? Or this needs to be in a sequence? So this can't have child. Because I just want to do this once. Well, let's think about optimizations later. Future Kaado needs work, you know. So, can I see player, look at target, and there you go. Let's see if you can look at target or not. Yeah, that didn't do that much as I was suspecting. Yeah, it's still going crazy. I don't know why though. Legit? This will only do once. Okay, let's make some debug. So print agent dot position. Yeah, that's fine. Now agent dot scale dot x equals to -1 and do a position again. Let's see what you do. Wait a second, it didn't flip though. It's because I have this look at target in here, so go away. But it still didn't apply the correct thing. You know? This is always the same, so it should... Okay, this is a logic thing that I'm missing somewhere. I'm missing somewhere the logic thing in here. I don't know what, but I'm missing it. Because it's continuously doing the -1. Is that the problem? I don't think this is the problem though. What happens if it's always 1? If it's always 1, that's fine. If it's -1, it's not fine. I don't think if this fix anything or not. Let's see. Wow. Why everything? Okay. Really strange things are happening. Okay, only if I'm on top of the... Because if I'm on top of him, I may become a child. And now it's the opposite thing. And now I can't jump. Bugs galore! Well, I guess this is actual tradition, you know, for Kaado streams. I have streamed more than, 1 hour and whatnot. I believe I will need to focus hard on this and not have the stream on and whatnot, you know. Even Roxy know what's happening. Yes, lol indeed. And yeah. How come no longer stream? Why not? Because I'm tired. Yeah, and I need to actually focus on whatever this is, you know, and not be distracted. And if I keep streaming, I'm gonna be in silence, as I may have been for a long while in this stream, you know. But yeah, this is, a bug, and why not keep tradition and then the stream on the a thing. If you want, you can go silence and no cam. I mean, I don't have cam anyway. I have this, the bongo cat thing, so there's no cam either way. But no, that not having even sound, there's no reason for that. So yeah. And I actually want to keep the tradition, ending the stream on a bug, and this is actually a gigantic bug, I can't jump. The enemy is stuck on the I.A.N's head. So what the heck is happening in here? I don't know. But yeah. But before we go away, there's something special to show you, Droian on Steam. As always, I need to keep people knowing this is a thing. So Droian is already on Steam with a wish list. Of course, it's not released, we are developing the game. And it will be released when it's done. And as you can see, there's a lot of bugs to be worked on, We on Steam, yes indeed. Hello Pixel John. It's the Stalker bug. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. But there you go. We have Droian on Steam. You can wishlist there, please. Pretty please. And of course, you have the other place to be, ugs.pt. It shows our other projects, which is Exauria and Redrun. The alphas are available on itch.io if you want to try them, even though Exauria is a little bit different than the current state, because the alpha version is on JavaScript P5 library, and if you want to see how is the state of Exauria, you can go on YouTube and check the VODs, because we have a YouTube page as well. Whatever. We have a YouTube page where this VOD is going to be available on, and if you are one of the YouTube peeps, you can hit the subscribe thing, and yeah, we have VODs of that game, and actually a very recent one was our, game jam thing, we have a game jam thing. It will be nice, well, Roxy, could we have, our game jam games on a special page on our website? Like we have our games. That's fine, but like having another, like something like Droian, like game jams. And in the game jams have like a sub thing for our coming soon in a few weeks. Thank you. Thank you, Roxy. That will be cool to have our game jams games in our website as well. But you can see the development in here, and you can try it as well. We have each page. I'm pretty sure some thing in here must have each page. There you go. And in each page, somewhere in here, there you go. You can try this on Android and PC, I believe. Or do we have the PC? Yes, we have, and it's on browser, even better. So it's set up correctly and whatnot. And you can see stuff about us. You can see everything. It's our website. Links are all down in the description. We also have communities, Discords, and whatnot. If you want to see what's happening on other socials, we have them as well. All the socials, all the websites, all the things. The important thing, wishlist Droian, Steam. And I think I should stop mumbling and whatnot. And I hope you have enjoyed the stream. And see you next time.